And welcome back to another episode of the Pals Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ricky Lordy. And unfortunately, Dani's not here today for this intro. Dani's tied up just studying. She got some busy exams, and we're going to get to kind of a catch up with Dani and I in the new year. But on today's episode, we had our pals, Marlon and Duke from the Extra Gravy podcast. It's always nice when you have other podcasters on because they just they get it. They know what's up. Marlon's been doing content for years. That dude McFly, he's been on YouTube. He's an OG content creator podcast, literally OG. He's got some great stories. And Duke's a little bit new to the Extra Gravy show, but he's got his own podcast on the side as well. And they're both just great guys. So we had a good sit down. We shot the shit about podcasting, Toronto culture, their podcast, ours. It's just honestly, we got all into it and had a great time. So Marlon and Duke, thanks for being pals. Thanks for sharing your Saturday with us. And honestly, I'm excited for you guys to see this and see what else we have coming up in the new year. So if you like, give it a subscribe, like this, share this with your friends. And Dani, what do we say? Let's fucking go. Boom. Crazy.
Yeah, Scientology.
We're up.
Scientology, that's real.
Scientology. It's good for the skin.
Good for everything, apparently.
Eating babies is good for the skin.
I mean, pause, but yeah.
It's
whatever.
good for the skin.
Listen,
really, collagen.
I mean, we're 2 seconds in already. We're talking about this. We're here.
All right, boys, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man.
It's nice to have other podcasters on, too, because you guys just get it.
Of course, man.
And you guys are, we just said offline, but 464 fucking episodes.
Yeah,
bro.
How'd you guys start?
Well, I started listening to podcasts about 9 years ago, and then I just got addicted to it, and it kind of reminded me of after a house party, but it's not really a party, but everybody's just sitting around chilling, and then a debate breaks out. And then it's everyone's arguing, but everybody's loving it and laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that energy, and that happens with me and my friends a lot. So why don't we just capture it on recording? And at the time, there was only one other podcast that I knew in Toronto, and so I was like, we need this as an ecosystem as well.
What year was this?
This was 2017.
17, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when did you guys start?
2017, April 1st.
He started he started actually, funny enough, he started a year before me because I have my own pod as well, Return to the Mac.
Yeah.
Shout out Return to the Mac. And so my whole thing was similar to him. I listened to a bunch of podcasts too, Joe Budden, Rogan, Brilliant Idiots, all those people. And I was like,
Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony, bro. I went all over.
I think that's the one that really put it over.
Tuesdays with Stories, bro. I know so many New York
Bill
comics for no
Burr.
reason. Yeah, Bill Burr as well.
Monday morning.
So honestly, just being a fan of music, and then like you said, having those conversations with the homies where it's yo, I love this album. Here's why I hate it. Here's why I love it. And I was like, I think I'm important enough for people to hear me say this, which is insane. But we started kind of doing that, and then that first year, I think I put out only 1 episode, and then the next year I put out 2, and then I was in school, so that's my excuse. But then I didn't get consistent until around 2020-ish, 2021-ish, and then that's when I linked up with this guy the year after, and then we just been working together, and now I'm on the pod.
Do you guys still find you listen to podcasts even though you guys have your own?
100%. We have a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's part of my life.
Yeah. Ask me Monday what Monday podcast is.
Yeah.
Monday is probably Bill Burr, and we might be drunk.
Yeah. On Tuesday, every day I wake up and I'm like, okay, it's Budden Day today,
Yep.
or it's Rory and Mal today,
Exactly.
or it's DOA podcast.
Yeah, or Tuesdays with Stories, or the Read maybe.
Diary of a CEO.
That's a really good one too.
No, that one's killing me.
See, I found myself listening to less podcasts once I came on the podcast.
Really?
There's
Yeah.
either two extremes. People either stop completely or they go heavy.
I think I have
yeah.
one podcast that I listen to, maybe 2 on Tuesdays.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which podcast?
The Giggly Squad.
Okay.
Who's that? I'm not familiar.
What is their
Paige
pod
and
about?
Hannah Burner.
What are
They're
they
like
about?
from
reality
They're
TV
from
stars.
reality TV.
Hannah Burner sounds familiar.
She's a comedian.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
Oh
the,
wait, she
what's-
does street things, right?
Yeah.
She's
yeah,
fire. She's fire. Yeah.
She's
what
great.
street things? That's
Yeah.
the content? Or
Yeah. What do you
She's
mean?
had a
That's what it's
Netflix
called?
special.
Okay, no. I just said she does street things. She's in New York. Yeah. No.
street
She's
things.
a comic.
Lady
in,
of the
in
night, you
New York.
say.
No, she's her shit
Yeah.
is dope.
Yeah,
She's
she's
fire.
a big comedian now too.
Nice.
In New York.
That's fire.
Do you guys listen to your own podcast?
Barely.
He's terrible at editing.
I edit it and
put
that's
it-
it because
yeah.
it's just too much. I have
Yeah.
too much going on.
I'm the opposite. I do for my own pod, especially I do my own editing. So I go through the episode at least twice, and then when it comes out probably not. But when I first started getting on Extra Gravy, yeah, I would listen to every single episode just to hear myself, so what my my ticks are and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like sometimes those episodes you're like, I feel like I did a really strong. I was really good on that episode.
Yeah,
and sometimes you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like hey mom, was I okay on
Yeah.
that one? Like,
Yeah.
My mom will listen to them all. Like,
Nice.
Was I did I sound good or did I fucking stutter? Because my brain
Yeah.
just wasn't fucking on today.
And you have to
so
ask
needed.
loved ones.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah,
only
of
ones that are gonna
course.
keep it real with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you got your people that'll listen. Like, sick episodes. Like, I know that one.
They
wasn't
listen
like-
to
Yeah,
20
yeah.
minutes
Yeah,
of it.
like-
They didn't get through the whole thing.
It's so funny. Like,
heartbreaking.
sometimes at the end of episodes, I'm like, if you made it to the end, like, hit me up. We'll give you a free hat. Like, nobody hit me up that time.
That's heartbreaking, man.
I'm like,
You're a prostitute?
oh, you did? You sure? Because
probably loved
I
it,
know
man.
you wanted one of these hats for a
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time, and I fucking said it on that episode.
You got to keep planting those and keep testing them to see if
No,
they're
but the
actually
best are
listening.
sometimes you give someone like an organic shout out. So like we had a country music singer on maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, Andy Colonico, and he played at a venue in London, Ontario, where I went to school. So like one of our boys from out there is like a huge listener. He's been listening forever. So I was like, I'm gonna shout him out. We're not even gonna tell him when he listens. He'll hit me up.
Yeah.
The other night, I think at midnight, he hit me up and he's just like, "Yo, man, thanks for the shout out."
That's so
Like,
fire.
blah, blah,
That's
blah,
dope.
blah.
That's
I
dope.
love that
Super
shit.
hard.
You got to
Yeah.
give away money to one of your friends in an episode.
In an episode.
And then
my
just
God.
test them and be like, "Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?"
Yeah,
And be like,
yeah.
"Yeah, man, it
People
was sick."
tell us they watch it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to do it because that reminds me of Kevin Hart's story when he had first moved out and he lost all his money and like it looked like he would have to return home and his landlord's like beating down his door and he called his mom. He's like, "Mom, I need help. Like, can you send me
Oh, I
some
remember
money?"
this
And she's
story.
like, "Have you read your Bible?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course I've been reading mine." She's like, "Go read your Bible and it'll be okay." And he's like, "What the heck?" And he kept talking to her and she every time, "Did you read your Bible?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm reading my Bible." And then one day he's like, "I'm at my wit's end. Like, let me open this Bible and talk to God." Open the Bible,
Cash.
mad checks in there for every month that he's been missing. Like, it was insane.
Oh my god, I kind of
Yeah.
love that.
Crazy.
Well, they always do that, show, right? It's like, like,
Parents
are you
always
paying
do that.
attention?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
On individually and then maybe together, what's your favorite episode or what's one episode that really stands out for you guys?
Too
Man,
many, man.
Yeah,
The
no.
Mentalist. when
I-
he
I
came
wasn't
in.
on there. I'm
Yeah,
so
you were
mad
on
you guys
that one,
did that,
but
yeah.
like this guy came and read our minds, and it was like, there's no explanation. There's really no explanation. Like you couldn't even find that stuff online. Some of the things he was saying, like
Really?
he guessed Norm's
childhood friend. right?
childhood best
Yeah.
friend from grade 2 that
he
he
never
lost
spoke to,
contact
yeah.
with by first and last name. And I've seen this guy do this in other places too. Like I was at a basketball practice and he came through there and he was doing it to the players and he guessed a guy's crush from grade 4. First and
Crazy.
last name.
Can we
Insane.
do this?
Yeah,
real?
I'll get you in
Yeah.
touch with him. His name's Kevin Hamden.
You guys definitely seen him. He's
Yeah.
like famous. So
I'm gonna check it out. Then. That's
Drake's
fucking crazy.
he travels around with Drake once in a while now too because he did it to Drake and his crew and stuff and they were like, "What the heck?"
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Well,
wild.
I was gonna say, do you believe in that shit? But obviously you do
No,
now.
I believe
you
in it
can't
now.
not. It's
Yeah,
not. It's
yeah.
tough not to believe.
It's
in.
hard,
When
man.
you shoot like
But I
that.
grew up with friends who did magic too. Like, there's 2 of my friends who did magic all the time. One of them almost got his own TV show.
But magic it's the visual perception. Of
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, like the David Blaines and like these guys, like, you know, the hand motions and like, okay, that's one thing. Like
Yeah,
magic and reading someone's mind.
I don't know. It's
Two
like-
separate
It
things.
depends
Thank you.
on the type of magic.
Okay.
Because my friend, I'm convinced he signed a deal with the devil. He was doing some crazy. Like, we were walking one time to the basketball court, and he saw this. You know when someone just crushes a pop can? He's like, "Watch this." Picked it up, old pop can. Picked it up, pulled it up, poured out a whole Coke. Explain that.
Yeah, he's a witch, man.
He came to my
That's,
school one time because I was like, I'm parading him around now at this point. And I'm getting girls to get involved in shit. And
That's why I'm single. I don't got one of these guys.
I gotta get a magician, man. He
Magician
got
or a
this
dog?
girl to pick a card. Picked the card, put it in the middle of the deck, got the card, right? Tore the card up, ate it, pulled the card out again from the middle of the deck. Told her to write her name on it. She writes her name on it. He burns it, lifts his shirt. Her signature is on his stomach in ashes and the card number. Explain
What?
that.
Yeah, no, I can't explain. I don't want to begin to explain
I
that.
gotta
That
see
is.
that.
I'm like, you're
It's
the devil.
tough because when you see it on TV, you're like, fuck, like, did they edit this?
Exactly,
Like,
they
you
all
don't
cut.
know,
When you see it
right?
in person,
When you
it's
see it in person, it's
overwhelming.
different.
It is very different.
So in Ibiza, they have these. Have you guys ever been to Ibiza?
No.
No.
It's one of the
Ibiza.
islands in Spain.
Ibiza.
One of my favorite, like, sunset bar clubs, whatever you want to call it, Cafe Mambo. They have these street performers that come out and always do this. And like, I'm not super into it because most of the time they just do like basic generic shit, and you can kind of figure out how they do it.
Right.
So one dude dressed like the Joker, like had the laugh and everything, come by, and like everyone's going crazy around. So he makes his way over to us. I'm like, fuck it, all right, I'm in. And the trick he did, I still don't know how he did it, but like he's got these cards and you pick a card, okay, you put it back in, and then he finds it, okay, no big deal. He pulled the card out of I pulled the card out of my pocket after. He's like, oh, it's in your pocket. I'm like, what? How the fuck did you do that?
And he wasn't anywhere near you.
Wasn't near me. So it's like, did you plant this card before
Before
you
I
came
even
here?
came.
Probably.
Did you plant the card before you came here? And then how'd you get me to pick that card that like
Exactly. That. Yeah.
that
There's,
That's
you
a
planted?
lie.
there's layers.
Right?
Man.
So it's like, I'm like, what the fuck just
That's
happened?
crazy.
Yeah.
And I'll always go back to, I'm like, I know this isn't real magic. Like magic doesn't fucking exist. So how did you fucking do that?
Yeah.
Like, I know you can't plant.
There's a long play.
Okay, so you must have like, and how'd you know it was going to be me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did you plant this before because
They have
maybe you
to.
saw me eyeing you down? Like, how'd you know I was going to even partake
That's
in this?
so
bullshit?
It's like a weird
Interesting.
like pickpocket thing where he just drops the card in your. You know what I mean? And
You ever
just-
seen a hypnotist? Like in action? Like,
No, I refuse to be anywhere.
so
near them.
like a hypnotist can only use someone that like buys in.
Oh right, you have to be like vulnerable.
But
or
they also
susceptible to
know
it.
who will buy in. Like
Yeah.
magicians, mentalists, hypnotists, I think they're all body language experts. And
Honestly, yeah, they are. It's
low
kinda-
key pickpockets.
It is kind of freaky.
Who,
Bro.
like just figure out, because
Yeah.
there's even this guy on TikTok who you don't see any of the magic tricks he does. His whole page is just going, did you see a magic trick today? And they're like, yeah. He's like, do you want your watch back? And they go, what the fuck? And he always has their watch.
All right.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts.
I don't know if you saw it at Western. So we both went to Western separate years. But in my frosh week, so like your very first week living on campus, they have these like shows and concerts.
Yeah.
So they had a hypnotist. So I was dying to go up. I was dying to get selected because I don't believe in it. A guy in my res, he was like sitting like maybe 10 seats or 10 people down from me, gets selected, goes up there. And I'm like, the shit that this hypnotist was making this dude do, I was like, if he's not actually hypnotized, this is the fucking most embarrassing shit ever.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's why I
There's
could
no
never
way
do
you're
that.
doing this shit on your own.
Yeah.
And no, like you talked about, he's like, man, I don't recall anything for the last like 20 minutes.
Oh my god, that's a nightmare, bro.
A hypnotist ruined
we
a
got
girl's
we gotta
reputation.
get this guy's the mentalist.
Kevin,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
get you his
yeah.
contact.
and then we got to
100%.
get a hypnotist on this as well.
Oh my
A
god.
hypnotist ruined this girl's like reputation at our school because like half the people who walked in didn't know she was being hypnotized, and so they just saw her doing some weird shit. And it just
That's one way to get bullied.
yeah. It's so interesting how entertainers do that though. Like I saw a comedian talking about crowd work. You know how crowd work clips are like the thing now.
Matt
So-
Rife and shit.
Yeah, he's talking about how he's like, stop talking to the comedians when they ask you
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Just look at them; they will crumble
Yeah.
because
They have
fuck
no
this
plan for
guy.
that.
He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this guy will literally see you on a date, ruin that date, make you look like an idiot. You go home and have an argument, and he just didn't have material.
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
He's like, he's
didn't do his
ruining
job.
marriages because he doesn't have material.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I do say? Taking a girl to a comedy club is one of the best dates you can do.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
Because you bring a girl to a comedy show, she's gonna laugh. She's already fucking wet. You don't even have to be funny because you're paying someone else to be fucking funny, and then she's gonna think you're funny because
I'm
you took
Luke.
her to the comedy show.
He said that about me once because remember on Patreon we're like, yeah, bro, I brought this girl to the comedy show. We hooked up
He's
after.
brought multiple girls.
and he's
to
like, you're
comedy
welcome.
shows.
Don't do that. He's like, you're welcome.
He's brought various women
all
to the
right,
comedy
it's
shows.
all
I
right,
have you
yeah.
all know.
Bro,
You're
it's
not
a-
special.
Yeah, but it's
No.
fucking game.
No,
No,
it's
it's-
good
yeah.
for multiple reasons because like you also get to find out what's her line. You know what I
Exactly,
mean? Like,
exactly.
Can she understand that she's in a comedy club and this is just comedy, or is she just gonna be like,
exactly.
you talked about gay people?
The worst.
It's like
yeah.
that's not someone I personally, especially me as a comedian,
Buddy, you'd be fucked.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be with that person.
Him especially, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
So it's like it's a good indicator of what people are into as
Yeah.
well. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
if they're not into the same comedians you're into, are they gonna be into the same music? Are they gonna be in the same movies?
Like, are they gonna be okay at fucking Thanksgiving dinner when like
when
you crack
your
a joke
uncle's
and shit?
drunk and he's going crazy.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like if the cousin's in the corner doing some weird shit, are you gonna bring it up? You know what I mean? Like you have to be like okay with that and just be like, that's
Well,
just
man, it's
cousin.
just like who was the comedian? Dave Chappelle was like,
yeah.
I was like, man, we're comedians. Like we're gonna crack jokes. We're gonna cross the line. It's
Yeah.
entertainment. It's
Yeah.
not real. Just because I say this doesn't necessarily mean I mean this. Because like we're just fucking cracking jokes. And every like Russell Peters is like the best. Like he can crack jokes about anything. It's fine. Right?
Yeah.
Like comedians.
Yeah.
When sometimes take it too serious, I'm like, okay, relax. Like fuck
You got to go into it with the right mentality for sure.
100%,
Because like, yeah,
100%.
no, it's one of those things where people talk about, oh, freedom of speech, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But you guys forget, like, when you were young, the most inappropriate kid at your school was the funniest kid.
Yeah.
Like, you love that kid because he's doing shit that you would never say or do.
Yeah, you're not
but it's
supposed
funny
to
as
do
hell.
that.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, but now people are getting canceled for shit they said like 20 years ago when it was, I'm not saying it was okay to say it 20 years
Yeah.
ago, but like
It
it was
was.
socially acceptable to say
It
it.
was.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that
Yeah.
too, and it's rough, man. But to answer your earlier question about my favorite moment on my pod, for me it'd be like one of those episodes we did during the pandemic. We were all like kind of from home, so we did like Zoom pods. And there's one episode called Manly Tears. We got into a topic which I'm not going to get into because it's too polarizing and stuff. But we were all crying, laughing. Like, we were like literally on the call, just like off cam, just howling.
The best.
And it's just over a stupid comment. Like, somebody said, "I never seen a doctor with an open jacket," or something like that. And I was like, what? And so they're basically, this person's not a real doctor. They paid them. And that's just, it was the dumbest little joke. But it's, again, it's me and friends that I've known for like 15 years. So it's like little stupid shit like that just has us howling.
That's hilarious.
You know, what's your
I was just gonna ask you, what's your favorite episode?
the one that comes to mind? We had these this British boy band called New Hope Club. I actually think they split up.
Really?
I think they split up actually, but they were, you know, three little Brits. They're, I don't know, 20 years old from the UK. Never been to Canada before. So we did. This was at our first studio. We drink on the pod sometimes too, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
we'll
always
say you
fun.
want to drink, you want to. So they had. I think we were their last like media appearance of the day, and they had done like CP24, Breakfast Television, you know,
The
Kiss
usual.
92.5.
Yeah.
They did the whole media gauntlet. So at the end, I'm like, oh, I didn't know they had all done this, but you guys want to drink? He's like, yeah, we can drink on this.
They're
I'm
like
yeah.
19 too.
Yeah, like
Oh,
20 years old.
man.
I'm like,
Like,
yo, you guys want to
they're-
drink?
Oh,
They're
man.
young.
Like, yeah, we
we
can
can
drink
drink
it. I'm
here?
like, I don't know. What do you want? Like vodka? The guy's like, we can drink vodka. on
Oh,
this?
no. That should have been a red flag right there.
I kid you not. One of the
Yeah,
guys,
cup.
Reese. So I give him a cup. I'm like, how much you want? I said, I'll tell you when to stop. I started pouring, and I was like, he's like, and we're just making eye contact. We're like this. Stop. I'm like, I look at the cup. It's fucking at least 5 shots.
Just
Oh
vodka.
my
Bro, like
God.
I was like, can I get a vodka with a splash of soda? Like that's what it was. So we're rolling, and our episodes, like we usually try and keep it to. I think we were like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, just drinking, howling, having a great time. And it was the FIFA World Cup year,
Oh,
and their song was like the North American like theme song for the World Cup.
Yeah.
So we all try. I'm like, oh, guys, like, what's on? And we always ask it then, like, what's the rest of the year look like for you guys? He's like, well, and he looks at the managers, like, can we tell them? The guy's like, no, this episode's being released next week. He's like, yeah, but you work for us, so we're having fun. We're gonna fucking tell them, yeah. So our song's the FIFA World Cup song, and like they'd never said it, like nothing. It was like,
Holy
fuck,
shit.
that's sick.
Wow.
They ended up staying for a couple nights. So I took 2 of the kids to the Leaf game after. So we went to the Leaf game after. We ended up getting like blackout drunk till fucking like 2 a.m. Having the best fucking time. So we're still friends now.
Amazing.
I'm like, that's for us. Like
They're gonna
moments like
remember
those,
that
yeah, like
forever.
moments like those, or like, you know, we've had some episodes where we sit down, we end up drinking, we end up going out after. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, you love that shit. This is why
Yeah,
we
it's
do
a
this.
vibe.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
meet cool people, just like to share stories and have a good time. Like,
Yeah.
I know some people do this because, you know, they want to learn and they want to grow. It's like, no, I want to meet cool people. I want to share some good stories. And like,
Yeah.
I want to catch you guys out in the streets like 2 months. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So also, if you got the invite for the Palace Christmas, I hope you guys fucking show up.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I
did
seen
say
that.
that,
I
yeah,
seen that.
yeah.
I'm gonna try.
I haven't even met you guys. I was like, yeah, I can already tell I'm gonna fuck with these guys. So yeah, you guys get the invite.
No,
Fire.
thank you.
Fire.
But Danielle, what's yours?
I don't even know. I honestly think my favorite episode, I wasn't even on it, but was watching you guys with John Famos.
Yeah,
the
the
first
John-
time.
yeah. The fucking 3-hour
It
episode
also was
that
like
we all
a
got
3-hour
blackout on.
episode.
Oh, shit.
I don't even think you guys drank.
Those are the best ones though.
But like
ended up
it was
going
just
out
like
after,
it was
yeah.
like I was just like managing the podcast at the time, and I ended up like it was just watching it. Like I was howling in the back. Like I had
Nice.
like my little mic on the side, and I was just I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, it's
I think that was like one of
ones.
those.
That's dope.
Who's like a dream guest for you guys?
For him, Drake.
Yeah. I mean, you got to, man. You
yeah,
can't
Drake's
not
great.
do that. I have so many questions.
For me,
So
dream
many
guest?
questions.
So many questions.
Wait, what would you ask him? What would be like?
Oh my God.
Like top 3.
God.
Only you only get 3 questions.
3 questions.
Guys, you're putting me on the spot. I'm so
Yes.
stressed right now. Like, you don't understand. Like,
Start sweating.
I comb through his music and be like, who is he talking to? Is this theory real? Like, it's that. Like, it'd be a lot of musical questions. It
If
wouldn't
you
be
know,
personal
you know,
shit.
man.
Exactly. He does a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like, also, he knows some of the answers too, which is annoying. But it would be a lot of musical questions of like, who are you talking to and why did you say this? Like, give me the backstory behind this stuff. Like, it'd be a lot of that stuff. Just like
Yeah.
some music nerd stuff.
Would you? Wait, do you guys fully prep out and like prepare your questions ahead of time, or you kind of go with the flow
No,
and the vibe?
just go
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Go with the flow.
So
I
if
think
you had
we-
Drake on, would you go with the flow, or would you have like 50 questions lined up?
So I would do 2 things. I'd have like a few questions written down, like maybe 10 to 15, but it'd also be conversational. You know what I mean? Because I think we've been doing it long enough to kind of know where to go.
Yeah.
I never want to be like on my phone. Like,
Interview
so,
man.
tell me about
Next on
your
the docket.
album.
I-
It's
I told the
nasty.
story so many times, and before I get to your answer too, our first or maybe like our first guest episode. This is back when we started in 2020. We had an Olympic. He was a 2-time Olympic medalist, Eric Radford. He was a figure skater. I Googled the shit out of this dude. I could tell this guy's whole fucking life before meeting him.
Yeah.
Wikipedia, I went through his Instagram. I knew I knew more about this guy than he probably knew about himself. And I had a million questions written out, and we interviewed him, and it was an interview. It wasn't a conversation. It was just question, answer. And when I would ask him a question, I already knew the answer. I was asking him, and I was teeing up my own questions for my own. It's like, yo, that's not even fun. Like, he's probably done this a million times. Like, yo, what's the even point? Someone could just, instead of watching an hour podcast, they could just go on Wikipedia and read this in 10 minutes.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
yeah.
That's why I said from now on, like, you have a couple things that you know, like, you have a couple areas that you want to go with, but sometimes you just want to go with the flow because it makes so much of a better conversation.
Exactly.
I think the goal for I think our podcast specifically is being able in the future for ChatGPT to reference a cool story from the podcast.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
feel like it's something different that
That's a real
I
flex.
just thought about
Yeah,
that, and that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you heard this from the Pals podcast.
There's some things you definitely need to, like, even if you've seen them answer it somewhere else, you need to ask just for your audience to see it.
Yeah.
And because it's like so interesting that it has to be spoken about, or the person who they spoke to it about didn't ask the right question.
Exactly. Or didn't have any follow-up questions.
Or didn't have
too.
any follow up,
Yeah,
or didn't
yeah.
even make it more engaging, more entertaining.
Exactly.
There's so many times I've seen people do interviews elsewhere and then come on our podcast, say the same story, but it's like 10
Super
times.
different.
But
Yeah,
they'll
you
tell
bigger
it
of a
differently
story.
sometimes too. It all depends on the mood. Some people like, some days they're in a chatty mood because again, we've had the same exact situation. I'm like, I did not know that about that story at all. Let's rewind. Tell me about that one specific part,
exactly.
right?
Sean
Like,
Desmond. That was Sean Desmond for us. Sean
yeah,
Desmond
Sean,
came on our.
we haven't had him, but he's solid.
Yeah, he came on our pod. This is like right after Drake had brought him out at that show, that
At History.
North All Stars show, and right before he's about to start like his comeback, essentially, whatever. And so I noticed he did some press. He did like 2 other pods, and he was talking about his daughter. But like he came on our pod, and when we got into him talking about his daughter, for some reason he started crying, and I was just like, this has never happened on this pod. Like, I felt like Oprah. I was like, what the heck? This is crazy. I'm like Barbara Walters.
Your legs are crossed, trying to imitate.
I'm like, did I do this? Because he's spoken about his daughter before, and I wanted him to give him the opportunity to speak about how she loves the dancing and loves making content with him. And he just started crying. And then every podcast after that or show he did, he'd cry talking about his daughter. And I'm like, is that a play or was that us? I don't even know. I don't even know.
Pulled something out of him you didn't even know.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait,
no,
so
this-
who's your dream guest?
dream guest? That's tough, man. Either 2 people, Vibes Cartel, or
Oh, that'd be sick. Did you go
Yeah.
to the concert?
yes, I did. First night,
Wow.
And he didn't cry.
unbelievable.
He didn't cry. It's
Why would
weird.
that not cry? Anyways,
I had no idea who Vibes Cartel was, and they did back-to-back sold-out shows at
What?
ACC.
yeah, he did 3.
3 shows.
3 shows,
And it looked so lit.
it was crazy. It was like a party. Honestly, it
Yeah.
didn't feel like a concert at all.
I don't know one song.
You know he was in jail, and you know a lot of stuff.
You know, I'm sure you've heard a few songs.
you know a lot.
You go out of
Yeah,
it, so
yeah.
you've
You
heard-
know Fever. You've heard Fever.
You've heard
at
Fever
least
for sure.
once. Maybe
Like if I know them, you know.
Maybe he
them.
was like blackout at that point, so he doesn't. It's always that
It's like
part
I worked at Lost and Found in Time for years.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you definitely.
I
heard
definitely
it.
know some songs. I just like
Time Sundays.
Yeah, Time Sundays.
Let's go.
Mickey,
That used to be
Mickey?
church, man. Yeah, man. I love Mickey.
I worked at Lost and Found for I don't even know how many years I worked at Lost
Time
and Found.
Sundays. I tried
Time
to tell
Sunday.
him. I tried to tell him about Peter Street back in the day. He
Yeah,
doesn't
no, I
understand.
Now it's just fucking condos and grocery stores.
Peter Street used
Oh.
to be all clubs. It was just
Fucking lobby.
lines.
This
just
is
everywhere.
London lobby time.
There's not really any clubs like big clubs in Toronto anymore. Like there's maybe
No,
2.
There's
All the clubs suck now.
No one
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah, it's the same
culture's
shit.
changed. Whereas
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
before, like okay, it was Peter Street, then it changed to Queen Street, then King Street. Like we've had that evolution, but now
Yeah.
it's just like bars.
Well, they cater too much to bottle culture, and people are broke.
yeah.
So it's like, why am I going out to feel broker? You know what I mean?
it's
like
crazy,
people
though.
might as well they'd rather go to like a party in Saga or Brampton than even to come downtown. Like coming downtown is a hassle now, so people don't even want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, it's also too. It's like I feel like the supper club mentality is, especially as we get older too. Like you'd rather go for a nice dinner,
Yeah.
like spend $200 on a dinner instead of $200 on a bottle that's gonna be
Yeah.
gone in 30 minutes that you're just pouring.
And that
down
other
some-
people are
Yeah,
drinking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I worked in nightclubs forever. I get it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
sneaking into your section and stuff. It's like, what the fuck, man?
I never bought into the bottle culture still.
Honestly,
See, I got fucked. I working in nightclubs since you're 19.
to.
Like that's all I know.
Same. I
Oh,
worked at government was my first job.
I did Sky Bar.
I did
every
Orange
summer
Room.
for like 4
Wow.
years. Yeah.
I did
4
Orange
years,
Room there
fuck.
for like 2 years, and then after that, I was just doing parties wherever, like
Yeah.
Aria Complex, Tryst.
See, I stopped
Circa.
towards the end of Aria because I did Wet Bar. At that
Yep.
time.
Wet Bar
Wet Bar.
Thursdays was my
I
night.
did Wet Bar Saturdays
We're
with Mickey
too
for some.
young.
yeah, I have no idea. These geezers are talking about.
bro.
Back in my day.
These clubs.
Bro, this guy doesn't know Time Sundays, bro. Like, look out of
No,
here,
the
man.
unction? You don't know about the
I
unction?
just know apartment, bro. Like that's it.
Apartment
Apartment.
200. That's
That's
their,
it.
that's their
Yeah,
government.
Queen Street West was honestly where I you know what I mean? Like, yeah, good times.
They know Photo Will for like clubs now, like actual clubs and parties. We know him for photography.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back
He's
in
a
the
photographer?
day.
I
What?
guess it makes sense, the name.
He was, yeah.
Bro, are you
but
serious?
Yeah, I
he
didn't know
used
that.
to have this blog that was amazing called Lost in the Wilderness.
Well,
This
that's what he
one-
turned the party into at Apartment 200, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he used to do Lost
I
Mondays.
remember him from
Yeah.
Lost.
Yeah,
I remember him from that and then
Oh,
Gangsta
that's why
Burger.
they did Miscellaneous Mondays. Him and
Miscellaneous
Milda,
Mondays.
right?
Yeah.
Miscellaneous
yeah,
Mondays,
yeah.
Lost in the Wilderness. Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
That's when blogs were like the thing.
Remember he had
OVO
that
used to
huge
post
Drake
on
shout out
there.
too. Like shout out to Photo Will.
Yep.
What song was that?
Oh, yeah, that was
I'm
early
still
days.
high. No, I'm still fly.
I'm so fly page.
Yeah,
Big
oh,
page.
Wow.
That was like one of Drake's like fucking.
Shout out
first,
to
like,
Photo
bangers, too,
Will.
yeah.
That guy was on one
Yeah,
after
nah.
that.
We've had him on the pod twice. I think. Will,
Not with me.
not with you. We've had Photo Will on too. Yeah, Will's
Yeah.
a good homie. Love Will.
Will used
fire.
to kill
Bro, and he
blogs,
used to work
man.
at. So he used to. We did on Lost. So he did the Mondays. I did the Saturdays. So anytime he'd come, like if me and him were together, it was just bad news.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I know I can drink.
Will
I know
can
he can drink.
Yeah.
And it's just like we're just trying to outdrink each other. Who's gonna take off their shirt and hang off the fucking bars sooner? And next thing you know, we're both blackout hanging on the bars.
I've
and Mickey's like,
seen-
"Yo, put your fucking shirts on, bro."
I've
That's
seen
hilarious.
Will
What's
do
wrong
some
with you?
crazy shit.
Oh,
Like Will would have a Magnum of Goose to the face.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
No
god.
chase, just
That's,
Shout out Will, man.
that's actually scary.
a Magnum of
That's
Goose. to the
terrifying.
That
I'd be
guy's
scared if I saw that.
Now he's got kids and shit. Like,
Yeah,
he
right.
had the kids back then too. It's crazy, man.
Jesus.
Oh wait, sorry. So who's your other one? Vibes Cartel and who else?
Will Smith.
Will Smith would be sick.
Will Smith would be
sick.
incredible.
Wait, when would you want to have had Will Smith? You could have
Before
Will.
Instagram.
Okay.
The day he
That's
got
funny.
on Instagram, I went on the pod the next week and I was like, this is bad. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is not going to be good. And years later, we see how
Do you
bad
like
it
his
got.
wife's podcast? show?
Table, was it Red
Red
Table
Table
Talk?
Talk.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah, no.
stand it.
I never watched it because it's more like Eat, Pray, Love
Yeah.
than I would like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially from pods, I want comedy. You know,
Yeah.
I don't really listen. I don't do like true crime or any of that
I did.
stuff.
I did.
Like
I had a period.
Yeah?
time. I did that sometime.
I never.
Shout out Minds of Madness,
Minds of Madness.
Mr.
Okay.
Ballin.
See, I don't know which ones are the hot shit to like even
Okay.
try.
My friend and her husband used to like go to bed to like true crime podcasts, and like I could never do that.
Apparently,
It's a
there's
vibe.
millions of people that
Yeah.
do that. I'm
A
like,
lot of women do
You
that.
don't have nightmares.
A lot of
Well,
women
you guys
do
ever
a lot
look
of
at
white
like the,
women do that.
do you guys ever look at the top podcast?
It's all
Anytime
true
there's like a
crime.
new true crime one
It is
that
always
comes
true crime.
out, it's automatically at the top
Automatically,
instantly.
yeah.
Instantly.
I don't
Yeah,
even think
more-
I
Joe
can get
Rogan,
past
Call Her
10.
Daddy, boom, random true crime. And I'm like,
Fact.
what the fuck
Yeah.
just happened?
And then the two women from the
Yeah,
office.
yeah. And then Dax Shepard.
And Dax Shepard.
Yeah. What? How the fuck did this random true crime just come out of nowhere?
It's about to be Amy Poehler. You're about to see up at the top now because the morning show. She's just getting everybody on there. She got Ariana Grande this week.
What the fuck?
Oh really?
Yeah, week before that was somebody big. Like she's getting
I mean,
tons of people.
love that for her. Spend
Do you
the
think it's fair that
That's-
celebrities do podcasts?
I like it just because like their network is just instantly like crazy, so they have access to getting, you know, let's say Call Her Daddy now. Like she's a celebrity, right? Alex
God.
Cooper's a fucking like she's an A-list celebrity now.
Yeah.
She gets any fucking person she wants on the
Yep.
podcast, and she gets people that don't do podcasts.
What I respect about her is she caters to the women wholeheartedly
Yeah.
because every time she drops a podcast, my girlfriend who does not listen to podcasts freaks out because she's like, she got her.
Okay,
She knows her
like,
demo.
I actually I prefer the way she used to interview before. I feel like now she's kind of changed her interviewing style and she's
Facts.
becoming a bit more acting
Yep.
instead of just like who she is as a person.
She's also grown. right?
less
She's not some,
personable.
like-
Yeah,
and
but it's less personable. So
Yeah.
like she had her whole like initially the whole Call Her Daddy with Sophia where it was like very I
Poor
don't know,
thing.
horror.
Poor thing.
Yeah,
Let's like
Yeah, the sex
drink,
conversations
sex,
don't really
all
happen
that.
that much.
Sex podcast.
That didn't happen.
That
Then
was
she
a sick
became
era.
like a really good interviewer, and then now I just find she's like acting a bit, but she has such big guests on that I'll actually like stop. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch your Kim Kardashian one because I want
exactly.
to hear what Kim's saying.
It's not about Alex anymore, which sucks
Nothing,
kind
yeah.
of because when her and Sophia first started it, it was about them and
Yeah.
the guests were like a bonus or whatever. But at a certain point, it just became about the guests.
Exactly.
And that's
Well, let
it.
me ask you guys as podcasters. How do you think your podcast should go? Should it always be centered around you guys? Should it be centered around guests? Like we don't struggle because again we do this for fun. We want to meet cool people,
Yeah.
so it's always like a fine balance. But how do you think podcast should be? Should it be about the host or about the guests?
It should be about the hosts and the audience. That's what
Okay.
I think.
I think the host, to be honest, to start with, because I think audience is going to gravitate towards anything that's authentic, right? So it's like if we're seeing two guys just kind of having fun, you're going to want to be part of that. And then if you have a guest that's part of it, that's cool. Or if you have a guest that's bad, you can kind of laugh at it as an audience. Be like, remember that guy is fucking terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't fit into
We've had a
the
couple of
you know what I mean?
those.
Of course we do, right? But I think ultimately it's just about having that chemistry with your co-host or whoever it is and just being like, it's a vibe. Like you're kind of coming into a party or whatever the fuck it is. You know?
Well, also, I feel like you want your audience to watch weekly.
Yeah.
You don't want
Exactly.
them to just come and
Exactly.
watch because
Yeah.
of who you have on.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's a bonus, and hopefully from that episode you have like retention from it. But you want them to listen. Like when you went on that one in LA and they hated you. People, sorry to bring, but they hated you.
Sorry to
say
bring
the
this
name?
back
Like,
up.
Can we say the
Girls
name or
gotta
no?
eat.
Girls Gotta Eat. It's like one of the
Damn,
biggest
you know that?
pod. Like
I know that.
girls,
I know
like,
about Raina and
everyone,
stuff.
yeah.
They liked me. Their audience hated me.
Their audience hated Ricky, but people go back to watch their episodes because they love Raina and
Yeah.
the other girl.
Some people like me, but yeah.
Yeah,
you see the
sometimes
comments I got chewed.
they hate that we have
Fuck.
guests.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like, oh, okay, no, I really like this person, right? So it's for me, it's about what we enjoy, because if we're not having fun on the pod, there's no point in doing it.
Yeah.
I never want to interview a guest because the audience just wants it and I hate them. So it's
Yeah.
got to be a fine middle between what the audience wants or what I feel like they would enjoy and who I would want to actually have a conversation with.
Yeah, and it's always interesting seeing this guy. Like, you can see, like, okay, this guy's not having a good time with this. Right? But he's a really good person. Like, he can play it off perfectly. But I'll peep some things
'Cause
and
you
I'll be
know.
like, yeah, I'll be like, oh god, like this guest is just awful. But
Yeah, yeah.
I
you
can
know?
say that I can tell with Ricky too when he like doesn't know what to say anymore. Like he like wanders off. He always says the same thing over.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
looking
yeah.
back. I'm like, okay, this is
Because
gonna
they're
wrap up soon. 'Cause this is not.
guests ain't giving you shit, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
So do you know what the tough part is? Have you ever had a guest where you're so excited to have them on and they're having an off day? There's like they're there because they said yes to you and
Yeah.
it's part of the job, but they're
Yeah.
not actually excited to come on. I'd rather have somebody that maybe has no clout, has no thing, but they're super excited to come on and share stories and
that.
have a good chat than someone who might have, a million followers but doesn't care
that's
so much.
usually
to
the
be on.
case, though, isn't it?
Like, let's call a spade a spade. Johnny Orlando's second episode with us.
Yeah.
They
Johnny
did.
Orlando.
He's
So
like
he's a big teeny bopper.
teeny bopper, like
He's a
musician.
big
I've heard
musician.
his-
yeah,
yeah.
Big
Canadian.
Canadian,
He's young, and he came on with George and Ricky the first time. Great episode, did amazing.
Well, it's still probably our best by the numbers. Yeah.
yeah,
amazing.
came back on for the second time. It wasn't a bad episode, but you could just tell he was doing this as
tired,
like
yeah.
he was tired. It was a favor for us, kind of thing. To come
Like I
back
ran
on
into him
and,
at the
like-
bar like the night before. I was like, yo, let's get you on the pod. He's like, yeah, like I leave tomorrow. I was like, yeah, let's get you on tomorrow. And he came on. I'm like, yo, God bless the kid like for coming on. Like
Yeah.
we're still friends. We still chat every now and
Yeah.
then. But yeah, you can tell you he was tired, man.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah,
off
yeah.
day.
Nothing
right?
worse, man. Nothing
Yeah.
worse.
It's
I've
tough.
had like people that are really excited to be on, and then they get on and they're just like a dud because they're either shy or something, and I'm like,
It's a tough one.
So it's tough because like they didn't even mean to do that. They just didn't know what else
It's
to do.
just tough, right?
Yeah.
How do you guys go about finding your guest? Like, is it just like something you guys want to talk about? Do you guys just like kind of reach out?
Yeah, usually it's like someone we want to talk to, someone I know that's doing something, especially like I don't want to ever just pick someone that's not doing anything actively. Even if you're an artist and you don't actively have a project out or anything like that, it's not really much to talk
Yeah,
about
there
there
should be a
for me
purpose, right?
because I want it to benefit both of us, right? If you're coming on and you have nothing to promote or nothing to talk about, it's
Yeah.
only benefiting me that you're on here.
Yeah.
So I want it to be mutually beneficial, and especially like with other people's audiences, they get weird about certain things. So like you want to make sure that you're catering to them and like your audience and the show makes sense for them to even be on it, not just
Yeah.
because I
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you. Like there are
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
there are
that's
people
tough.
who want to be on the pod and like they're hockey podcasts. And I'd love to have them on. I love them individually. They're great guys, but our audience is mostly black women. They're not gonna listen to the hockey podcast. I'm sorry. So and we're not gonna be the ones to convert them, especially because I don't know shit about hockey like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I would in situations like that. Yeah, I would love to have you on, but it just doesn't make sense for the audience. And it would make sense for your audience. They'd be
Yeah,
like, what are
100%.
you doing on here? They don't respect you. They don't know. You know what I mean?
They don't get it. Yeah,
They don't get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I think because extra AV is way bigger, so it's like they have way more pull. For me, it'll be more so around like if I think a person's interesting, like if I see them cool, I'm like, oh, what the fuck, like this is dope. Come on the pod, let's talk. It'll be a lot of artists, or even like people that just do random shit. I'm like, this is cool, like, and they have a personality. Oh, let's get it.
Do you ever find sometimes like there was a time that we were just getting like an influx of people, like kind of like, can I come on the podcast? Can I come on?
Oh my
And
god.
we kind of just said yes, but we weren't really, and it's bad to say we weren't excited for it. We were kind of just in the motion of just trying to book as many people as possible. And I think in that moment we were about to cancel because we were both exhausted. We had so much going on. Ended up doing the podcast, and it ended up being one of our favorite episodes that
No
year,
way.
just because we didn't give the person like the benefit of the doubt because we didn't know enough. But it ended up being amazing, and I think like that's also
Those
a
are the
blessing,
best.
yeah.
When it's a surprise, like you're like, okay, yeah, you'll be a good guest, but then they're amazing guests. You're like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love
Nothing
this. Like,
better.
this was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Look at you. Look at us. Who would have thought? You know what I mean?
It's 100% right?
Yeah.
There's some episodes where you go and you're like, I know this is gonna be a banger, and you're fucking so pumped. And there's other ones where I'm like, okay, I don't know if this like, I saw their last 3 pods and they weren't doing too much, or like maybe they haven't done any pods and there's not enough.
yeah.
Or sometimes you book them because you saw something that they were doing that was really cool and it was like a one-off. But then you sit down and I'm like, yo, this fucking episode slapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slapped. Right?
Yeah. And those are the ones people don't watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Question for you
It'd be the
guys.
ones we-
So have you guys had a guest where it's like they get on the couch, everything's dope, like conversation's amazing, and then when it comes to posts, like when you guys are doing clips, they kind of move Hollywood
yeah.
a little bit. How do you guys?
lot
How do you
of
guys deal with that?
times.
For us,
It is what
again,
it is.
yeah, it is. We're not ones that are like, yo, you have to do this or please do this. It's like, hey, man, if you want to share, great. Like, it's our job to make people watch it. It's our job to promote it. If you guys help, great. If not, no big deal. It is what it is, right?
Yeah,
Like,
same.
We do this more for the fun of it. And like, I think any podcaster knows the recording is hands down the best part of podcasting. Like
Yeah,
sitting
of
down,
course.
having conversations.
Of course, yeah.
Everything else is fucking painful.
Posting,
like, the editing,
everywhere.
the
Staying up
posting,
late,
oh,
editing,
fuck,
it's
like,
Clips.
file
clips,
clips,
like,
the clips.
Subtitles.
so, I don't. You guys use Opus?
No,
I
I
don't know.
stopped. I couldn't do it.
You guys do it
anymore.
manually?
Yeah.
You do your clips
Opus
manually?
is so
Yeah.
horrible, man.
But it's still better than fucking manual, man.
No,
Doing it
because
manual
what we
is
do,
fucking rough.
we set up the system where like we use the ATEMI, so we have a live switcher, but
We're getting
also
one.
We're getting one.
Yeah,
We
it'll
are
it'll
getting
change
one.
your life, honestly. But also, our studio. Shout out to Perception Studios. Shout out
Yeah.
to James. He's a genius.
He really is, man.
He figured out a way to record vertical as well.
Okay.
And format it in a way where we're either split screen or one on at a time. And so that way, as soon as the recording's done, I have 2 files. One is just the main, which is just normal size of a video. And then the other one is already cut
All
into
verts,
verticals. So I just have to find
The clip you
the
want.
clip and export it. I don't have to clip it, cut here, cut there,
Make it
cut
into
there,
two-
fix
yeah,
the
yeah.
volume there. It's like
I'm still
everything's
doing
already
that
there.
for my pod because we don't. But it's fun, guys. Tap in.
This guy
Please.
carves out 2 entire
Brother,
days of I can't do anything.
My Sundays are like mine. Like I can't do anything on a Sunday.
See,
So
like-
literally just edit.
We're very fortunate now. Ricky's coordinator,
Head of content.
Head of content. He edits like the actual video aspect of it. But for me, like the clips, like
We're gonna find. I said it's either gonna be her sister, her little sister who's in college right now, or we're gonna find some like 19, 20-year-old that just needs something to put on a
Yeah.
resume. We'll pay you.
Intern, yeah.
We're gonna like because.
Yeah.
no, we had an intern that didn't work.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you guys offline.
What's the story there?
Yeah, man,
Oh,
I can't-
okay,
I
okay.
can't say that. I can't say that.
That
There
did
is a
not
story.
work.
That
Oh,
bad?
no.
Oh
Just
man,
tough.
we've had a couple of interns on our show, and they've all like, even if they started out a little rocky, have gotten like used to it and gotten a bit better. We just got a new intern just now for like production, like
Oh, yeah.
producing content, like
Oh wow.
social media stuff. But
Where'd
yeah,
you find the interns?
just friends, honestly. So, some of them reached out to me. Some of them I reached out to them because I know that they're in this space and trying to grow. And we've had people that have been on the pod and left and like done great things. Like our old camera guy, one of them went on to do the Raptors. Another camera guy went on to edit for like HBO shows and shit. So it's like, yeah, they're learning, they're getting what they learn, and then they're going and applying it in other places. And that's what you want, right?
That's 100% what you want.
Yeah.
That's the goal. You want to see people evolve and grow.
Especially because I can't pay you like that. Like it's not. Whenever I can, I'll break them off, but it's like I tell them ahead of time, like I'm paying another rent for this studio.
Bro,
You have to talk with them. You put their hand on the shoulder. Hey man, listen,
Bro,
we're trying here.
I do content on the side, and my brand deals are like 5-figure brand deals, like consistently.
Yeah.
To get one of these brands to sponsor a podcast, they don't want to, because the problem is too, it's like, it's just so much content.
Yeah.
So it's like you have an hour episode. Well, what if, let's say DoorDash, one of my biggest clients, I work with DoorDash consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I gave them a discount on my personal content if they sponsored the pod for the quarter. So they would have saved money by sponsoring the podcast. That's how much I wanted to get their name on this podcast just so that they can get on, and then in the future it's just easy to renew. They were like, no. And I was like, why? They're like, look, for us to, like, we'd have to listen to every podcast. What if somebody says something wrong? Then you're not giving us control over the podcast. But what if someone says something that doesn't align with our values? So it's fair, right? You don't think about it like that, but you know, they're going to say, well, like, let's say you guys come in here and say some fucking offside shit as comedians and as, you know, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Then it gets clipped and they're like, well, DoorDash, didn't you sponsor that?
Yeah, exactly.
This is what happened with the YouTube apocalypse back in the day when Walmart pulled their ads. It's like they weren't paying attention to what the ads are on. And then late night TV started getting on YouTube. And because TV was on YouTube, now the sponsors are on YouTube and they're looking and they're saying, oh, my Walmart ads on a beheading. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They pulled their funding and 100 other companies said, wait, Walmart's not in it? I'm not in it then.
Yeah.
What's going on? And then you have my check go from like $2,500 a month to $300, and it's like,
Fuck.
Yeah.
so now they're being extra cautious. Like you can't even do a brand deal without putting ad, even though people know this is a brand deal. Like it's so explicit.
Bro,
why am I advertising Neutrogena to you guys?
Yeah,
Unless it's an ad.
It's crazy how like much regulation there is now around like ads and posting and all that stuff, right? It's again, I do this as like a part-time job, and some brand deals, like if you don't say exactly word for word the script, they'll make you redo it.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, like I said in this that this is the theme. This is no, we need it word for word.
The script has been
they
optimized.
Got like you're a massive
Optimized.
you're a massive brand that's a, you know, international brand. You got legal behind it. Well, you change one word. It's cheaper for them to make me change it than it is to go back to
go back and legal.
I did. I'll give this a story. One of my first big brand deals was with a laxative called Ducalax. So obviously they're a pharma company. So it went through legal. They in our agreement, you get one round of revisions. So they needed the revisions. I made the revisions. Each edit after was $500 for an edit, right? $500 per edit after.
Jeez.
They came back to me the next time. They're like, yeah, we need 2 edits. Okay, that's
no problem.
And I was like, by the way, I'm like, it was such a small change. Like it was such a small amount. Like, Ricky, it's cheaper for us to pay you than to pay legal to have that change approved.
Wow.
Even though you did exactly, they've already approved it. Now they changed their mind. So it's easier for us to pay you than to have to go back to them. And I'm like, yeah,
Jesus, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
She
And
goes
then
deep.
on top of that, everything's so like analytical. So it's like, oh no, we said these words because SEO will find it and it'll be more optimized for Google searches.
Yeah.
And,
And people react better to this word than this word. We did
And
focus groups and all these things. Yeah, it goes deep, man.
And you as the creator, you're like, but this is not gonna work. Like that's the main thing always with these brand deals. I'm like, cool, but it's not gonna work.
It's like you pay me for me, right? I'm the creator. I'm the talent. If you want an actor, just go and hire a real actor. I'm not a good actor,
But then
I don't
they gotta
act.
pay
I
actor
need.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like, yo, it's cheaper. It's
You're
cheaper
a lot
to pay,
cheaper.
It's cheaper to pay the actor than it is to pay me sometimes.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact I'm fucking expensive, but they're just like, yeah, but we want your face, but we want you to say what we want you to say, not what you think.
We
is
want your
good.
credibility, but we don't want your
yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
Well, you, but not
We
really
just
you.
want you.
Yeah.
You're a drone.
What's your guys' end goal with your podcast?
End goal.
It's a great question. I think short term, honestly, just like make money consistently. Honestly, just but end goal. That's a great question. I don't know. I think
Get Drake.
yeah, of course. Yeah,
Get Drake series
But
finale.
I really just started like to create like a virtual hangout, man. You know what I mean? So it's just about like bringing joy to people's hearts. As corny as that sounds,
No,
but just of like that's really what it is. Like just bringing joy to people. To be honest.
At first, it was to become just a big podcast and like have really cool guests. But after a while, I was like, this is my diary.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to look back at this when I'm 80, 90 years old and I got shit to do and listen to every single episode and be like, I remember that week. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was so cool. And like, look who I spoke to. Like, look who came on the pod. Like, I feel like a lot of times we look at things for like the monetary goal or like how big it can get. But for me, a lot of it is just memories. Like I want to create memories. You want to get rich so you can create bigger memories. You know what I mean? Like you want to talk to certain people so you have that memory of that. And I think that that's the great thing about podcasting. I noticed it with vlogging. So that's why I had that mindset. When I look back at my old vlogs, I was like, this is so cool. Like I can look back at this day that I would have never remembered, would have meant nothing to me in the future.
You're so right, bro.
But now I can look at it and watch it and be like, oh, I remember that day.
I want to change my answer. Hold on. Because I remember now. I used to do the same thing, and then I got traumatized, and then something happened. But yeah, he's right. I did do the same thing, because then that's why I had my dad on episode 100, because I'm like, I want my like kids to be able to see, like, look at grandpa talking about this. You know what I mean? It's like you have this. It's home videos.
Time capsule.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly why I did it, because like I have all the episodes in hard drives. So it's like, my kids, you guys want to see your dad at 25, 26, 27, whatever? Here it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
so
some influencer just actually came out because she's like massive on TikTok, but she does like these vlogs on YouTube that aren't doing as good. But she's like, when I'm 80, I get to show and relive every single one of these days with my kids, and like I'll be forever grateful for those videos. Because like nowadays, how many times? Like, we don't have photo albums anymore.
Snapchat
I'm doing that.
Like,
I do those. I do them.
Like, I want to start because, like,
I do.
My grandfather just passed, and we went through like photo albums looking for pictures when I was a kid and this and that. And like, I have a younger sister who's 12 years younger, and I think we have like 3 pictures of her printed. Everything else on your phone.
Yeah.
You lose your phone. Oh, sorry, it's not backed up on the cloud that day. Like, I lost my phone once 2019. Nothing backed up. I have no memories from 2019.
God.
Unless they're on Snapchat. But like, it happens.
That's so crazy.
So it's like it's those, like, you're so lucky once you guys have these videos, once we have these podcasts, to be able to like relive the memories in the future.
And who knows if Snapchat's gonna be around in 50 years?
They're gonna start charging for storage.
Oh, they already did.
They did?
No, they already did. Because I was always like, why aren't people using this? This is literally a cloud hard drive, because
get those memories
there's
9
no
years ago.
limit.
Yeah.
And you could put everything that's on your phone, dump it in there.
Yeah.
No, but what you said too, like I vlog as well now too, and my vlogs don't go nearly as viral as any of my other content. And I just seem to think, like, when I'm 50 or 60 and I got kids and my kids like, you know, Dad, you're a loser. I'm like, oh, I'm a loser?
Watch this.
Sit down.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how the time I went to Vegas for 48 hours to run a half marathon and I went out the night before till 3 a.m. You call me a loser? Let me see you do that, son.
They're going to also use it against you, though. I hope you know that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Dad, you said you did what?
That's where you go, come on.
Times were different back then, son. Times were different. No, you got to be in bed by 11. No, but like it's the same thing. Like I look back sometimes, and I have a nephew and a niece now. I'm like, I can't wait for them to be old enough to understand that, like, yo, Uncle Ricky was cool.
Yeah.
You know, because by then I'm gonna be fucking 50. My knees are gonna be shot. I'm gonna have double hip replacement. Not gonna be doing the same shit. But I'm like, yo.
Or they might look and just be like, you were a fucking loser.
That's hate.
If I see the shit I was doing, they call me a loser, man. Those are gonna be some cool ass kids.
That's gonna be different times. Yeah.
They're gonna be some cool ass kids. But same thing with the podcast. Like, you ever like, I don't know, because I leave my YouTube stuff on my work computer all the time. And sometimes I'll just like, an episode will end, or I'll be watching them and they'll be like, oh, this episode from like 2021 when we had so and so, like Donovan Bailey. So we had Donovan Bailey on.
That's amazing.
Sick. And you look at that, I'm like, yo, that's arguably one of the greatest Canadian Olympians of all time. And we had him on the podcast.
One of the fastest men to ever live.
Yeah.
At one point.
At the time, he was the fastest right?
man. Oh, at the
fastest
time?
man alive.
Wow,
at the time,
that's
he was the
crazy.
Fastest man alive.
Well, someone I was just talking to, they didn't know who Penny Alexiak was.
Who? Penny Alexiak.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't know who that is.
She's like literally like the, what's it called?
I think
Figure
she's
skater.
the single greatest Olympian in Canadian history. By medals.
Wow.
She's a swimmer.
Most
Swimmer.
glorified.
Oh, wait. Was that the one that
two before. You're thinking Summer McIntosh.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
went
Currently
crazy
the-
last.
she went crazy.
Last one, yeah.
But she was on a couple times the podcast, and like going back and like being able to kind of see those episodes again.
Oh,
So she's like
so cool.
what? She's like Michael Phelps, like female Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Canadian. She's not Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps got
Nobody
like
is
30 fucking medals, 20 medals. 20
All
medals.
on bongs.
Yeah. And he's got all golds too. The guy just doesn't lose.
Crazy.
But I think she's got like 10 medals or something.
Wow.
Holy.
But it's cool too, like when you have someone on the podcast, because you get to spend so much time with them. Like I remember I was at a Leaf game once, and like I saw her manager or somebody, and then an hour later she showed up, and I was like, oh, so good to see you. And she's like, yeah, so and so told me here I had to come say hi. I'm like, you came to say hi to me?
Yeah.
She came to say hi to me at some random Raptors event that was happening at like Maple Leaf Gardens.
That's so
And I was like,
You're a
you came
legend.
to say hi to me and
Such
went
a
out of
trip.
your way.
Such a
Yeah,
trip.
you're a
That's so
legend.
That happened to me
dope.
with Cardinal. I was at like a listening party, and Cardinal came to me. Yo, my dog. I'm like, Yeah, what's up? Stay cool. This is crazy.
You know who we had on to way back in the Shaw Claire? Remember Shaw Claire?
Oh wow.
You know
I got a
Shaw Claire?
rocket
You're
in my
too young,
pocket.
for- we
2
know Shaw
tickets
Claire.
to my
There's that one
ecstasy.
song I love. What's it called?
Rocket? Which one?
Is it? Am I saying the wrong song? Money gonna buy me happiness.
That's Jellystone, brother. Yeah, put the.
Okay, it's okay. You're good.
Cover the logo.
Yeah, I got a really random question.
Close enough.
I got money. If you guys,
Shut up.
Remember that one chocolate song? Just give me the line. That's insane.
Oh God, man, I'm cooked.
if you guys weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you guys be doing?
Stand up.
No, you can't. No, you can't say no. Something
'Cause
you're
I
not
still- I
currently
don't know, man.
doing.
Lawyer.
I still have a day job.
What?
I'd be a lawyer.
A
What?
lawyer.
He loves to.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
loves to
yeah.
talk, and he loves to argue too. Fuck, that's
Love
his
to
bag.
argue. And I'm really good at it.
Bro,
Not
I
really.
think a lawyer's
No.
mostly reading though.
No, but you can be a litigator.
Yeah, you'd be a litigator.
Yeah. Tough for me. I mean, I'd probably just do my professional career because I'm a recruiter. So
Can't do that either.
can't do that. Fuck.
Can't do anything you're currently doing.
Oh
I'd be
my
a sports
God.
and entertainment lawyer.
I would be.
Sports
Cool.
entertainment. That's good. That's
Yeah.
Damn, I can't be in media at all.
No.
Jesus.
Cooked.
I'd be an artist then. That's kind of adjacent. I like an artist.
Painting?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Actually.
That's
Do you have any time? Like, do you have any artistic?
I used to, yeah, I
skills?
doodle a little bit. I used to, yeah, so I can kind of do that, but
Like he knows how to draw cats and dogs and shit.
Right.
type shit.
It's a circle,
Yeah.
this, circle leg,
Yeah.
stick
Just
figures.
Just titties.
Titties on every page.
Nah, yeah,
Danny, what would you do? I think I asked you this
You
a
just
little
asked me this like 2 episodes ago.
What'd you say?
I said sports medicine doctor for
Oh yeah,
a sports
that's what you
team.
said, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
alright.
That used to be my dream.
Oh,
now
yeah?
I'm an accountant, so
It's close.
Complete
Close.
Great.
Close.
Complete 180.
It's right there.
Complete 180.
Yeah.
That's
like
right.
I really wanted to work for the Blue Jays
Just massaging,
yeah, she's-
massaging.
because
Yeah,
baseball
my,
exactly.
players,
my
She's recruiting, man.
surgeon
She's
was
recruiting.
the surgeon for the
Yeah.
Jays, and that used to be like my dream.
What,
job.
guys? It's work. Yeah.
You're just massaging those men up.
No problem.
No problem.
Sign
See?
me up.
This is how
Okay,
Jalen
right.
Hurts is.
If we said this joke the other way, we'd all be canceled.
Exactly,
All be
yeah.
canceled.
What was
When
that
a woman
guy's?
says this
What was
is-
that football player that got like caught up because there's like
Oh.
20 something masseuses or sports
I
medicine
know exactly.
doctors?
He was
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
He's
Yeah,
one that was
man.
thrusting in the
And
air.
then he just
right?
got married.
Was he thrusting in the air, or is that somebody else?
I think so.
No, you're thinking something else though.
You know what I'm talking about,
the
though,
Key
right?
and Peele skit when the guy did it in real life.
Nope.
did
Something
real
else.
life?
What?
You didn't know? So you know the Key, the Key and Peele skit
Which one?
where it's like where he just scored a touchdown and he's like pumping, right? It's like 1, 2.
No, he's talking about
And then-
some sexual assault case that
Oh.
happened.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna. I'm sorry, guys.
We're all over the place. Do you guys ever do live podcasts?
We've done a
Yeah.
couple. Yeah, we've done a few. Yeah.
I've done a bunch. We had our first one in 2018, I think, and then probably done 1 or 2 every year since then. We did a couple during the pandemic. Shout out to Foot Locker.
For sponsoring, that's
sponsored
fire.
one of them, and like literally up the street from here. You know that Chinese food court up the road? It's like before you get to Kensington
Dragon City
Market.
Mall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right down there. We did
That's
a
crazy.
live pod because it was because of COVID. We had to be outside, so we couldn't
Wow.
be indoors, and we did like the whole social distancing thing. But it was dope.
It looked cool.
Yeah, it was fire, and they
Did-
put us in like all Full Locker stuff.
Did you guys do any in person during COVID?
We were working together.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
wasn't on the pod yet, but we
Well, we
didn't do. We did some at my house, but nothing like studio wise. Yeah.
I
How do you
did.
guys know each other? We
Honestly,
didn't, like,
Yeah, it's a great question. No. Okay,
Yeah.
so in high school, I used to watch this guy on YouTube, obviously, because he's a big YouTuber. And yeah, that's just
You were in
like,
high school, eh? That's how old he's aging.
Yeah,
you
he
right
used to
now.
look up to me.
yeah,
He's
see,
his inspiration.
That's crazy.
His
Inspiration
influence.
is crazy.
The reason he got into this.
All right, see, this guy's dumb.
His reason for living, breathing.
This guy's idiot. No. So
Smack him around a
in
little.
high school, no, he's a very big YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like, especially Toronto centric, about like just really funny shit. So me and the homies always used to watch him. And then when I started podcasting like 2018 ish, obviously like started doing more episodes and everything else and reaching out to guests. And then I randomly bumped into this guy outside of Libertine. And I was like, bro, it's Marlon, bro, what the hell? So I dapped this guy. I'm like, yo, I'm a big fan of your stuff, whatever. Like, I listen to your pod as well. And I'm like, I have a pod of my own. He's like, oh, yeah, what's it called? I'm like, RTM. He's like, I think I heard of that. He definitely didn't.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a real one.
Yeah.
I've been telling people you
There
never
we
heard
go.
that. Yeah. I was like, yeah, he just said that because he's being nice, which
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
that's a great
No,
thing
I
to
check
do.
out everything in the city.
Yeah. And so that happened. And then fast forward, I ended up getting Pink Sweats, which is like a R&B artist. I had him on the pod during COVID. Like this is like through a meme too. Like the homies like, you look like Pink Sweats. I'm like, that's just racist and fattest. Right? But anyway, I posted that and then I had Pink Sweats on the pod and that was a huge moment for us. And then I posted on Twitter and I was like, hey, I reached out to him. I'm like, yo, I don't know if you remember, but I met you outside of Libertine. It'd mean a lot to me if you can just retweet this and get like more eyes on this. He's like, for sure. And he answered so fast, and I'm like, what the fuck? So that was sick. And then
You met your idol.
see, Idol is a lot of
So
fun.
cool.
Whatever.
Nito.
Nito is crazy. But yeah, so I a few weeks after that, I reached out to him like, yo, I should have him on the pod. Like, why don't let me just shoot my shot? So I did. I'm like, yo, bro, would you be on the pod? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, let's go. So I'm hitting the homies. I'm like, bro, he said, yeah, let's make this happen.
Drake, you already had your idol.
Nah. That's crazy. But yeah,
That's
so
wild. Marlon and Drake.
yeah,
My
this guy's dumb.
Glad I could do your son, brother.
Yeah, but it was
You
honestly.
really sound like Unc now, man.
Yeah, for real. But it was really dope. Like, he came on set and everything, we had everything set up, and then we did the episode, and it was just like, bro, going back and forth, great banter.
Yeah, it was
really
good
funny.
chemistry, man.
And then, yeah, we did that, and then shortly after that, he reached out to me just to, I think Norm was away, right?
Yeah, my other co-host was going to Edmonton for like a month and a half. He's doing like a theater play, so you have to like rehearse and all that stuff. And so I was just like, I don't want to just not have a third person on the pod. Like, let's get Duke on. Like, I had great chemistry with him just last week. We were podding, so I was like, yeah, let him come through. He can get some eyes on his own podcast, and
great
it'll work out great. And yeah, after that, he just kept coming back. I couldn't get him to stop.
Can't get
coming.
rid of him, man.
Like, what the
This guy-
fuck? Why
pause.
is this guy here every week?
This guy. Yeah, no, it was really sick. It was a
How
big
do you
moment.
separate? And I guess this question's for both of you too, because you're on the radio as well. How do you separate from like one podcast to the other to your other shows, like new conversation, just not saying the same thing over and over again?
I think there's always going to be some overlap, only because we're both like pop culture podcasts. But I think a lot of my stuff is like, I will focus on whoever the guest is, and so it's always going to be different. Like, same for us too. Like, when we do Extra Gravy,
Yeah.
it'll either be some shit that we both kind of want to talk about, or whatever the guest is. So it's always going to be different.
Yeah. And we're trying to steer away from being too celebrity heavy.
Yeah. So it's more conversation.
Because like at the end of the day, we don't know these people, and I feel weird like looking back at some of my comments sometimes and be like,
in their
I don't
business.
know this seems very parasocial, like the way I spoke about this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
as if I know them and I know what these rich people should do, right? So I'm like, yeah, I want to kind of stay away from that. We're kind of just more focusing on like lifestyle stuff
Yeah, for sure.
for the most part. There's some celebrity stuff because our audience is there for pop culture topics. There's some stuff we just have to talk about. Like, it's just too big of a news for the week. We got to talk about it. But we kind of deviate and sidetrack and go into stories and, personal stuff a lot of times. So
I want to ask you. You have a question?
I was going to say, do you ever find that one of the hardest things is not repeating the same story? Because when I see you've never heard a story, and like I did it earlier this episode. I told a story that I told maybe 3 weeks ago.
But
I
never
wanted to tell you guys
exactly.
But then I'm like,
Our audience has heard it.
these guys have heard the story
But
like
I think
13
it's
fucking
needed.
times.
I think at that time you have to be a selfish podcaster and be like, no, I'm gonna tell this story.
Yeah,
I
because again,
cliff notes it. I cliff notes it.
So one of the hardest things that I find is that struggle between having the conversation for you guys while also having the conversation for them, the audience, right? We've always said like our goal is this conversation is number one.
Yeah.
Because again, if we feel that we have a good conversation, they'll feel like they were part of it and they'll feel like they'll have a good conversation. So this conversation is always the most important. But then there's times where I'm like, I know I've told we were on a streak where we were talking about points on credit cards and like traveling. Like we talked
Oh
about
my God, we
travel.
talked about it so much that my mom was like, this should be a points like travel podcast. I'm like, it was just going on. Even like after I think we did the cast road trip and you had the app, we talked about it every single episode.
Because it was
now
something
it's
that
like,
I was excited.
It's fun to talk about
that,
now.
that works in a sense though, because you want them to also be here for you, right?
Exactly.
So if that's what you're interested in at the time,
That's the area you're in.
then
man.
fuck them. They
Yeah.
gotta be
That's why
interested in it too.
And we don't look at our numbers, and like we probably should look at it a little bit more because it is something that it is. You try and make it a business. You're trying to grow, get sponsors, blah blah blah. But it's so tough because when you start looking at the numbers, then you start doing things for the numbers. It's like me on social media. There's times where I post things because I want them to go viral, not because I care to post that. I'm like, that's not the right thing to do.
Facts.
Like, you should be posting what you want to post. Fuck the numbers.
Yeah.
Fuck everything. But then when it becomes a business and you know you're doing this because it is a fucking business.
Yeah.
You need to do what's right for the business. So it's
It's
fine
happy
middle
medium.
ground. Yeah.
You got to find that happy medium. It's tough because, there's certain things that like I'd much rather clip every week and put on Instagram because I think it's funnier or more interesting. But I'm like, I have to not be entirely selfish.
Okay, we were just talking about that, right?
Yeah.
Like doing it for the art. And like, you
Yeah.
guys don't get this
Can't
clip.
do it. I did it for the art for so long, and saw how stagnant it was while I watched other people just do it for the algorithm and just take off, that I'm like, at a certain point, you just say, all right, algorithm, like you win. Like, what's the point of making the art if no one's going to see it?
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you got to find that happy medium between shit you actually really like and are interested in and what they're interested in.
100%.
And not talk about anything else.
Yeah, I want to find out for you guys too. Like, how do you guys find that balance between what you cover in terms of personal life and then pod stuff?
So I'll go first. Yeah, we do. So we do a pals episode once a month where it's just us two, and then we'll try and just catch up, and we'll talk about stuff that's happening in our lives. So maybe, you know, she's going through exam season and I'm going through, like, I've been on 2 or 3 trips. We'll try and touch upon those. But even during each episode, we say, like, when we have our guest, it should be let's say 50% you guys talking, 25%, where it's like, it's not just about the guest. So we try and connect what we're doing in our lives and trying to, like, bring in those things organically through the conversation. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, this one's an easy one. You guys are podcasters, you get this.
Right.
The back and forth has been amazing. Sometimes you get those guests where
He's a candle maker.
they're not asking you.
You're like,
So
whoa.
then I do it a lot of times where I'll look at Danielle, and I usually sit on that side so I can see her easily, and I'll be like, oh, well, Dani, like, what about you? Because then that loops the conversation.
We try to like relate, I think, to similar stories if we can relate.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's tough.
you
It's tough sometimes. It's tough sometimes.
It is. I still, like, for example, if you guys were to be going through a breakup, would you cover it on here?
Yeah.
You have.
We did. Ricky last year went through a big breakup. He wrote a book about it. We had a whole episode about it.
He
But
struggles
that's
with
what we
this.
focus
Yeah.
with, like, our 1 month just us.
Yeah.
And I actually love those episodes, and I think those episodes do organically really well right now.
The best.
If we talk anything dating with Ricky, our numbers skyrocket because the girlies want to know what's up with Ricky's dating life.
Yep.
Sup.
But, like, we're very open and honest of what's, like, in our day-to-day lives.
You got
So,
to be.
I guess, okay, I want to focus on Ricky in that case then. Because you talk about your dating stuff, do you get shit from the women you're dating?
I'm not really dating, but if
See,
I was-
we got him.
so no, I've not so much on this pod, but on my other content, so I talk about dating in my content a lot, and I always say sometimes it's an exaggerated truth, or sometimes they're just stories that maybe didn't happen at that exact moment, but I'll say it happened on that moment. So I'm like, get ready with me while I tell you about my date last night. Well, the date was a year ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's women I'm, like, not talking to, but, like, trying to talk to.
And they'll see
and
that
then
and
it'll
be
stop. Like, I was dating a girl maybe about 2-3 years ago, and then she just kind of, like, ghosted me one day.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
And she's like, I saw your video.
Yeah, I saw the video.
So she kind of just ghosted me, and I ran into her, like, 6 months later, and we're, like, having drinks at a bar, like a big group, and I pulled her aside. I was like, yo, like, whatever happened to us? She,
That's a great question, by the way. Keep going.
Yeah,
Best question.
Like,
What happened
whatever,
here?
Like, whatever happened, it wasn't me. I know that for a fact. I was trying. Like, look at our
Accountability.
text, man. You didn't respond. She's like, oh, no, it just fizzled out. I'm like, no, it didn't fizzle out.
I like that.
know it
Stay on
fizzled
her.
out.
Yeah.
She's like, you want the truth? I was like, yeah. She's like, I just hated your content. Like, you were just talking about dating. Like, you were dating all these other women. You were dating me. I was like, I wasn't
What?
dating any other
Yeah.
women. Will you tell these stories? I'm like, yeah, but, like, you understand that sometimes it was just content.
There's stories,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm pretty honest and open about it. I try not to tell those, like, old stories anymore. I'll try and stay, like, fairly active, or I'll be like, oh, like, this happened to a friend, and sometimes it fucking happened to me. Like, whatever. But yeah, I try and be as authentic as I can. Obviously, sometimes you play it up a little bit because it's
Of course,
for
you
the
got
show.
to. Yeah.
But yeah, I try and be as authentic as possible because I feel like now, especially at my age, I'm 35 too. Like, I feel like I want people to know.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, I feel like I want people to know that, like, my content now is, like, very relatable. The idea is, like, hey, if I'm struggling with it, there's fucking millions of other people struggling with
100%.
it.
100%.
And I try and be honest and, like, have fun and make it cheeky and playful. It's like, yo, being single doesn't have to suck. Like,
Facts.
if you think being single sucks, well, that's a fucking you problem.
Yeah.
Like, being single is actually kind of fucking fun. You know how many extra hours in a day you have by being single? Like,
Man.
you know how much money you save on Uber Eats?
Oh my God.
you know how much money you save? As a man, you know how much money you save on fucking everything?
Yeah. On everything
Be in a
in life.
relationship
Man,
to save money.
She's like, you know how much money I've lost?
I have lost so much money being single right now. Like, I look at my friends and they're like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not paying.
Yeah,
for it.
exactly.
Do you guys want your like significant others to listen to the podcast?
I don't have a choice. Mine does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's how it should be though.
Yeah, no, she likes it. She enjoys the pod, right? And then she'll come back and be like, "Oh,
With notes, right?
I like this. I like this part of the episode. Sometimes you guys were talking about this for too long, or whatever the case may be." But like for me, in terms of like sharing on the pod when it comes to my relationship, I try to be transparent to a point where it's not disrespecting her.
I think you do a great job of that, to be honest.
Yeah,
You do a great
I
job.
try to balance it where I'm like, some of the things that I'll have like gripes about in my relationship, I'll either pin it on an old relationship and talk about it in that way, or I'll know that it's something most men are dealing with, and it's not something that's crazy. Like no woman's gonna hear this and be like, "Oh, Marlon's girlfriend's a bitch." Like
Exactly.
no one's gonna hear that and think that, because this is something we're all kind of going through and struggling with and dealing with, right? So, yeah, just trying to be as transparent and vulnerable as possible without exposing people.
Well, it's being respectful.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
I feel
being
like a lot of
respectful.
time too, like if I'll have conversations with my friends and we're chatting about something, they tell me a story that's like really relatable. I don't ever want to sewer them. And like if I know they'll be okay with it, I'll say it on the podcast. But you just don't share enough.
Exactly, where people can pick up context clues and be like,
Yeah,
I
exactly,
was there at,
Yeah.
I oh, sorry, to answer your question. I think if it's a girlfriend, listen to all you want. If it's someone you're just dating, probably not. Only because I think that they would have a harder time asking questions about things, because they'd be like, I'm not entitled to that answer, so I'm not going to ask. But then there's going to be that resentment kind of building of like, oh, he's doing this or he's doing that. And it's like, you never had the conversation with me.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying too. It's tough.
Yeah.
But like I wish like the women I was talking to listen to the podcast and like ask me questions. Like any women listening, like, this is the fucking key to my heart.
be
man.
interested in me.
Like, yeah, like,
Right? This is what I do.
Man, I'm gonna fucking shit on some women right now.
Let's
We're almost at the time.
go.
That's the cue.
Red pill.
I get so many women. I'm single, so I get so many women in my DMs like, "Oh, we'd be perfect for each other." I just want to be like, "You watch my vlogs? You listen to my podcast? What makes you think that we are just because I'm emotionally mature and you think I'm handsome, we'd be perfect for each other?" Like, yo, like fuck out of
Talk
here.
about it.
Yo, you don't.
Pretty privilege is
you
a
don't-
thing.
man. It's just like someone was like, "Oh, we'd be perfect for each other." I literally one woman I respond like, "You watch any of my vlogs? Oh, you vlog? Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything about me.
They want
you
what it
see a
looks
couple
like.
viral TikToks and be like, "Oh my god, I love this man." It's like, yo, you don't know anything about me.
Yeah.
You just fucking probably think I'm hot or look good topless and think I'm emotionally mature, and that's it.
It's
We'd
the
be
clout.
perfect.
It's the
Yeah,
clout.
yo, did you
That's what it is,
listen to the podcast? Did you know I'm like maybe I swing this side on my political spectrum, or
Yeah.
I'm like my humor is this, or you know, I fucking don't have any patience for stupidity. You know? You know,
Listen, that only is an issue on women's side, I noticed, because men don't really care about status as much when we're dating a girl. Like, it's just like, who are you? That's what we're into. Whereas women are like, there's certain boxes that need to be ticked.
Oh, 100%.
So it's like, I can't go back to my friends and say he does this he does that. He has to look a certain way. He has to drive
be wanted.
a certain thing.
He has to be wanted. Women have to want this guy. Yeah,
There's so many different check boxes that we as men don't even consider, right?
Yeah.
And
It's actually very valid.
100%. Yeah.
I'm glad you're saying this, or else we were gonna shit on you too right now. I was like, don't fucking start.
there's a lot of things that we don't have to check off, because our friends don't care if our girls are garbage, man. Our girls don't care if
like, oh, she's strong as fuck.
our friends
That's
don't care
fire.
if our girl or our family doesn't care if our girl doesn't drive. It's stuff like that.
It's
Like,
sad because garbage men make good money. Too,
I'm
just
trying
so
to
you know.
like actively, which I hate dating apps, but when I'm on a dating app, not going to career and height first.
yeah.
Because those are the two things that like I felt like I was going to first.
But I understand.
That's
And
good,
then
that's
also
good.
like political and
understand
like religious views, which like still like,
Yo, you know what's something that's shit though? And I'm gonna actually I'm not gonna shit on any dating apps because I'm doing a brand deal with the dating apps. I'm gonna shit on women like this that go to height first, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? What if
Everyone's lying on these apps
What if
anyways.
we as men said, well, let's go straight to the weight first?
Yeah.
Imagine we said that, canceled, instantly canceled. Woman says, I go to height first. Yeah, okay, I get it. Well,
I
most women do
admitted
it.
it
And
was
one of those
wrong.
things are controllable.
I've also
Exactly.
only dated short guys.
Guess which one in the comments? Drop it in the comments.
Thank you.
I
Which
have
one
only
can you control?
dated like short guys.
Short kings.
How tall are the
Literally.
short guys?
What's the tallest you've
They're
dated?
like 5'11".
Oh, tallest I've dated?
yeah.
No, shortest.
no,
shortest.
No, I want to know
shortest.
tallest you've
Okay, tallest
dated.
you dated.
Probably like
The last guy you were talking to was kind of tall.
I was gonna say like 6'2".
Okay. That's pretty
Tall.
good.
Okay, so what is short to you?
Short is like 5'6".
Wait, whoa.
I
See
am
this guy?
5'6".
Okay. Yeah.
What's
So
short
for
to you,
me is
Danielle?
like short. I dated. That
No,
short
just answer the
king.
question.
See?
What is short to you?
What's too short?
Daniel was 5'8", I think, or 5'7".
Just what is what is short to
That's
you?
short. 5'8" is short. 5'9".
That's
It's fine.
I'm fine. Hey, the
tall.
gun's outside. The gun's outside.
Yeah.
You just fucking pop yourself off.
One thing about me, brother. Listen, I climb trees. I've been climbing trees my whole life, brother. Listen,
I'm
plus,
tall.
I get that for you. It's
Wait,
fine.
how
One of
tall
our
are you?
best guy friends. I'm 5'6". Yeah.
That's not tall.
I feel
Your
tall,
average
though.
height.
No,
My
for a woman,
friends,
that's
I'm
tallish.
average.
That's
But
tallish,
my
yeah.
friends are all like
Short.
5 foot fucking
Yeah,
one. I'm
they're
like
little
the
people.
Oh,
friendly
so you feel
giant
like you're
next
tall.
to them.
Okay.
Literally, I hang out with them. I'm
See,
like, hello.
and that's what it is.
Shit on her right
That's
now,
what
bro.
it is.
No, I've
though.
dated a girl that was 5'7", like 5'8".
DP is the best. I love him to death, but he's a
there's the
short
butt.
king.
There's the butt.
But he found his woman, and she is a short queen.
She's a short king.
Shorter
too.
She's an even shorter queen. I just like, for me personally, I want to be, if I can wear heels and be the same height.
That's
as
the
guy
goal
that's
for
the
all
same.
women.
That makes
So
sense.
like,
It's fine.
I've dated
That makes
guys who are 5'8", 5'9", and that's fine.
I think follow-up question: how do they feel about your height, though? Like, if you're wearing heels, are they like, "Don't wear those tonight"?
No one's ever said anything.
Okay,
It's a personal issue.
I
I
feel
think
like
that's
the
there's some
height
guys.
of-
That,
I've
a
never
lot of
dated
guys are
someone
like that, and
that's
that's the
had an
issue.
issue.
I've never had an issue with that.
Yeah.
If I'm going out with a girl, she's like, "Oh, she's 5'10" tonight, 5'11". Cool. I'm not gonna care.
Nice.
Put those
You know what I
legs
mean?
around my neck.
right?
Type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
Like,
that's a good sign that you don't have daddy issues.
Why?
I always think that women that want guys that are super big and tall have daddy issues.
Oh yeah, uppies.
There's a certain
Gross.
security that
Yeah.
they're
You
searching
Tell my
for that
friend
they never
she's,
had.
She's gonna walk in soon. You should tell her that.
Oh,
There's a
man.
certain security that they're yearning for that they never had. That's my theory on it. I don't know if it's true,
I
but
kind of like
that's my
that theory.
I feel like they want someone to make them feel like tiny. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, that feels like a daddy issue.
I also feels like people want to like feel secure.
Secure,
like that
yeah.
to me doesn't.
But you could be 5'9" and jacked.
Don't cheat on me. That's all.
Or
I feel
5'9"
secure.
with a gun. Like, you could feel very
Yeah.
secure.
5'9" with a hammer.
You know what I mean?
5'9" with a
I mean-
big bank account.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
A lot of other things here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But boys, we're nearing the end. I want to ask, what's on the agenda for 2026 for you boys?
Ooh,
I
a
guess
few things.
personally, and then I guess together.
A few things for extra gravy. We can't announce just yet, but lots of changes.
Okay.
Lots of fun changes ahead
Yeah.
for sure.
You didn't look too excited about that fun changes part.
No, I guess
give me some-
Oh, it might be bad for him.
All right, you heard it here first. No.
It might be bad for him. No,
No,
but
it'll be fun, it'll be
yeah,
fun.
no, a lot more. We just want to do things bigger.
Yeah.
We want to do more live shows because we've been slacking in that area. And they're constantly, every time we do a live show, they're like,
more.
so we
Let
want
us
to
know
do
when
more
you do
of
it
that.
too. We'd love to come.
Yeah, for sure. We
Nice
definitely
fucking
get you on.
shit,
Yeah. And I want to be able to tour with the show at a certain point.
Sick.
And get bigger and better guests. I think we want to venture outside of our
Norms.
normal demographic and reach for guests like George Strombolopoulos and get him on. Someone like, what's
an
his
OG.
name? What's Rick from?
Rick Campanelli.
Rick Campanelli, like stuff like that. I think there's so many Canadian, and especially Toronto stories that the black community doesn't hear from certain white media that we would love to get on the podcast and
you guys
kind of
had
bridge
T-Rex
those
on?
worlds. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's a
was
good
an
one for you
amazing
guys. Yeah,
episode.
he's solid.
Amazing.
He's solid.
Learned about Rap City and
It's
all
kind
that
of scary
stuff.
for me, but it was good. Yeah.
Tyrone is my homie, so I've known him for so long.
Yeah.
So it was great when we had him.
I remember when he did One Love To or
One Love
something.
To. Yep. Nostalgia, all
It's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was huge back then.
Somebody said the other day that they thought his name was
Mr. One Levito.
One Levito. They thought they didn't realize it was One Love
To.
To.
Instagram was One Love To. Yeah, it was Trey.
J.
Trey from 4 Y'all. He thought his name was Mr. Levito.
Levito.
That's crazy.
yeah, no idea.
Now I'm like, I wonder how many other people thought that.
Probably a
Bro, well,
lot.
I get Patrick all the time because it's your pal Rick. So I changed my Instagram a long time ago to your pal Rick for the Pals podcast.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, Patrick. And I'm like, okay.
Hilarious.
All right.
Hilarious.
One of my friends who's met you a couple times will message me and be like, "Oh, how's Patrick doing?" And I'm like, "Elise, you've met him.
It's your pal.
He's DM'd you before.
This
You guys
is
know each
hilarious.
other. You slid in."
What are your goals
Personally or for the pod?
for the pod?
Pod, just to keep, honestly, I feel like we're on a nice track. For me, my thing is just like upping the content side of it. Like, I feel like we have really good conversations, and like I feel like ever since we've been in here, we haven't had a guest that's even like remotely subpar. Every guest we've had on has been so amazing, and I've loved every conversation. Now it's like, okay, how do we translate those conversations to views? How do we translate those
Yeah.
conversations to do more? Like,
Yeah.
my personal numbers on my content, I do like 100 million views a year easily.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, how do I even get a fraction of that? How do I get like 10% of that for the pod? Like, I think we're
I think it's
We're
scaling
ma-
it and like consistency.
Yeah.
Because we had a hard time with consistency, and even like something like today. Typically, Gio's here behind the camera.
Yeah.
Now, that was great. But on episodes like this, we know how to like kind of work everything. It's just that extra sense of security.
There it is.
Exactly right
That's
there.
our cue.
That's our cue.
So the flash is the cue, right? That's what
At least it gives you an audio
Yeah.
cue.
Yeah,
Some of
But-
them just
so
turn
typically
off.
Geo's here. We have other cameras, kind
Yeah.
of things like that. But I think it's just consistency and staying on that track because
Yeah.
we're finally getting
we're
into
finally
that.
in a nice groove.
The nice groove. And I don't
Same.
know if yeah.
We're in a nice groove right
Yeah.
now.
It's just
It
hard
is,
once
right?
you get out of the groove too. Like Ricky was traveling
yeah,
a lot.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was traveling a lot. There was weeks that we didn't release, which
Yeah.
we always release, but we kind of gave ourselves the grace, and it was for the better. And I think it was better for the podcast.
Do you guys
Well,
have
and you
Patreon?
guys- Pardon?
Do you guys have Patreon?
No.
You should
get a
Yeah.
Patreon.
Well, you guys know, like, podcasting is all about consistency.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about Are you releasing, when you say once a week, are you posting your 5 clips a week
Yep.
or your 7 clips a week? Are you staying top of mind? Because if you're staying top of mind, you're going to get the downloads, you're going to get the views.
Absolutely.
If you're not, you're not. It's as simple.
Yes.
Like, if you put out one banger of an episode once a month, you're posting, let's say, 4 normal episodes every, like, consistently, the 4 normals are going to get you way further down the road than the one banger.
Yeah, regularity is key.
Or
That's the
consistency,
key
right? Like, it's-
because even with us, like we didn't have guests on for a while because we just had 2 co-hosts that exited the pod, and I wanted them to get used to the dynamic of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like even with that, collaboration is the easiest way for exposure and to get numbers and all that stuff. So it hurt us numbers wise for a little bit, but I'm like, in the long run, it's gonna
Yeah.
It's gonna
be
be way more beneficial.
way more beneficial
100%.
because they know us before they're getting to know us through another guest being
Yeah,
on the pod.
exactly.
Well, and even like for us, like I use the OnlyFans models as the best example. Like we've never had a real OnlyFans model on, even though their numbers crush.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we've had
they
2 or
can,
3.
but they can crush numbers,
I missed those
right?
ones.
And
I
we've
missed
never
those
done it because, unless I know them personally, and I really want them on. Like I don't care about the fucking instant numbers.
Yeah.
I'd rather grow little by little every single month, put a little bit of money into marketing instead and like a little bit of ad spend, but you're growing the proper way. And like we're on a nice groove right now, which is nice. So, but even in the new year, like one of our goals is just like to be part of that media rotation that, musicians, for example, come on, or Olympians.
This is exactly
They're
why I
doing
started it.
CP24, they're Breakfast Television,
Exactly.
CP24,
Well, we had that
Kiss
groove.
92.5, Z103, Pals
Pals
Podcast.
See, that's exactly what I thought when I first started the podcast. I'm like, everywhere else has an ecosystem where these artists go to the city and they know, okay, I'm doing 8 things, boom, 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 hot ones, Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? So why doesn't our city have that? They
Yep.
come, they do television in the morning, and
it's
it's
5
maybe
minutes.
a radio show.
It's 5 minutes and they're gone.
And that, and it's not
5
even
minutes, they're
long
gone.
form. It's
And
out
who's
every
watching?
time
And like
it's
call
something
it
so
a spade a
surface
spade.
level.
Like these TV shows don't do the numbers they used to do.
No.
Because you got to remember they get a 5-minute slot and it's on rotation.
Yeah.
They're not on
Sometimes-
Netflix and Prime.
Yeah.
They're not.
Well,
They're
you
not
gotta-
streaming.
You got to remember
No.
that CP24 and Breakfast Television aren't on Instagram anymore because they got the media ban or whatever. Like
Jeez.
they don't have
Which
the
hurt
same.
their money
Oh,
because now they're not even
huge.
on Queen Street anymore.
Bro, huge.
You know how
fuck.
weird that is to
That's
look
terrible.
at CP24
Wait,
and
they're
not
not
see
there?
Queen Street in the back? They're in Scarborough now.
What?
They're not in the
I
building.
didn't put that together.
Like with the
Wow.
car in the back. when you saw
$2.99
it?
is like dying. I think they're gonna turn it into a museum eventually. I would hope, because
Jeez,
if Canada
Bro,
turns that building into a condo, I'm
you
done.
remember the dance parties, Much Music dance
Electric
parties?
Circus, bro.
Yeah. You
There's
told me
too
about
much
that,
history in that.
Bro, I
building
remember watching
for
that
them
as
to
a
get rid of
kid
it.
in my childhood bedroom when I was like 10 years old. They like one day I'm gonna be old enough
I'm
and
gonna
cool
be
enough
there.
to
Yeah,
I'm
party
dancing in
here.
the windows talking to girls
Yup.
and shit. Meanwhile, like
Hilarious.
I think I turned 19. I was gone already.
I did Much Music VJ in 2009. Yeah, and I finished in second in the finale. Liz Trinier
Oh,
was
yeah,
on
okay.
E-Talk. It was me and her
I
in the
think we
competition.
had Liz on the pod. Maybe I can't remember. I auditioned to be a VJ too back in maybe 07 or 08.
How have
It was
you guys
probably the
not
same one
met?
as me.
Maybe, yeah.
Was it the
How
one with
have
the
we not met?
Doritos?
Yeah, right?
and
No,
you
but
gotta
mine
get
wasn't on
stars?
TV. My search wasn't on TV. It was like a private one. So I didn't make it, but I made it really far. So then I ended up doing like a bunch of like random like one-off TV shows with Much Music. So
Okay,
I was on
sick.
Love Court,
Oh, nice.
and I forget. I actually got
This one-
drunk on TV underage, which is fucking.
Oh, it's a
wild,
vibe.
which is
So Much Music
wild.
used to be late.
Bro, they were like,
Good
"Oh,
old
like, do you have your
days.
ID?" Like, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 19. I just changed the date," and they were like, "Yeah,
Nice.
cool." Like nobody even checked.
Nice.
Fucking wild to think about that.
Crazy.
Love Court. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's what Much Music actually had programming.
Yeah.
Like now
They had
it's
their own
just
shows and
Simpsons and shit.
And now it's like replays.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, boys, on that note, we're going to wrap up. I appreciate you guys coming on. This is
Thanks
fucking
for
Of
having
course.
us,
Yeah,
man.
really dope. Thank you for
If
having
people
us.
want to find out more about you guys individually, the pod, where can they go? How can they find you guys?
Extra Gravy Show on everything. The Extra Gravy Show on TikTok. We drop every single Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. And we have Patreon that we drop every Monday morning. And yeah, we're just two guys. One guy and then somebody's inspired by me.
Fucking this guy here.
You know,
man.
if
One guy and his idol.
One guy in his idol. Get
My
outta
young
here.
grasshopper here.
Young
Yes, yes.
grasshopper. Now you can, like you said, you can find us there. You can also find me ROTMPOD on Instagram, and then also me individually Duke DUKE.M. And yeah, like I drop twice a month, so every 2 weeks on audio, and there's a bunch of visuals that I do on YouTube as well, where I review albums because I really love music, right? So I'll sit down with the homie, or react to track 1 all the way to track whatever
Love
in
that.
real time. So yeah, check those out.
Wait, favorite album of the last year?
Ooh, this year Giveon,
Okay.
Beloved, and then maybe Odile as well. Like it's like R&B, Afro a little bit, but
Okay.
Giveon is probably my number one, and then Leon Thomas from last year as well.
Number one album this year. I don't even know.
Olivia Dean for you probably, eh?
It's probably
Oh, I
Olivia
love
Dean.
Olivia Dean.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably Olivia Dean.
Gio, our content guy, he's like, I just bought him tickets for Olivia Dean for Christmas. That's his
Oh,
Christmas
bro.
present.
How is she going to Scotiabank?
Sold
is
out.
how?
Thank
Sold
you.
out.
No,
Sold
no,
out.
fam. She came and she dropped what 3 years ago, bro.
True
Yeah.
That History this year.
She's doing Scotia 3 shows.
Yeah.
Sold out.
That's crazy.
But I just went to Sabrina Carpenter, and she's the opener,
She's
and
the
she
opener.
didn't fucking show up to Toronto. So I was pissed. I actually got
wait,
there early.
but did you check the tour dates to see if she was scheduled
Just
for
not
it?
Toronto.
Ah.
Every other show, but
Probably
not
a visa
Toronto.
thing. Probably a visa thing.
yeah, she's
I was
super
pissed.
talented, but this is
She's an incredible Jamaican queen.
that's why he's loving her.
You know,
Jamaican.
queen. You
Yeah.
already know, bop, bop.
They're very problematic. Yeah.
But no, that album is so like.
it is really dope.
Isn't it? Is the album old?
No, it
Oh,
came
the
out this
album's
year.
New. Okay.
She broke her first project was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
That's not crazy to you,
It's not crazy because of the power of TikTok.
right?
Because look
Yeah.
at
You know what it is.
What's his name from the internet?
Steve Lacy.
Yes,
Bro,
Remember he
that,
had
whoa, what was the most wild? What's his name from the internet? And you just got it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
What's his
No,
name?
no,
from
the,
the,
the
band is called The Internet.
Oh,
Yeah,
From the
the
World
World
Wide
Wide Web.
They are connected. This is
He's like, what the fuck?
I was like, that's some mentalist shit right there.
No, Steve Lacy's from the band The
Yeah.
Internet. And he had this song called Bad Habits that went off on TikTok. And then he went and did a tour off the back of that. And people only knew that one song. And so, but with Olivia Dean, the album has gone viral. It's not
Yeah.
just one
It's
song.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
for
I
sure.
need is
The whole album,
man.
track
Different.
by track, is going viral on TikTok.
It is,
in
it is.
And
different
I also
ways.
think like too, like she was also set up with like I think like the Sabrina and the Taylor
yeah.
and then the Olivia and
Oh,
the
yeah.
Sabrina. Like it's
Okay.
there's this
Her team's
whole
doing a
Kinda
really
grooming
good
her.
job.
They're
Yeah, okay.
grooming that whole
Yeah.
team. Whoever's managing them is
When they do
killing it.
stuff like that, when you see a meteoric rise like that, the team is so well scheduled
Oh, for
because
sure.
like there's certain things that have to happen in succession. Like it has
It's
to
a
keep
domino
boom,
effect,
boom,
right?
boom,
Yeah.
and it has to get bigger and bigger. You can never regress.
Yeah.
That's a tough part about being in media. Like once you get to a certain height, you can't regress. Everything
No.
has to be bigger now, and kudos to them, man, because
Yeah.
for her to she sold those out quick.
Quick, bro.
I
It's
can't
actually
believe
scary.
that.
To
Bro.
the point where the resellers were putting it so high, she had to make a post, and Ticketmaster this morning responded and said, "We're gonna adhere to your requests. Like we believe that artists should have the right to cap their tickets at whatever they want. So now
Jesus.
they're gonna put it at whatever she says the tickets should be."
Good. Yeah, I got a pair for Gio because Gio's like a big fan. So he's like, we should go. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna buy. That's my Christmas present to you.
I can go with him instead of you.
Him and his wife are going to know.
I thought you were going with him. I was like,
I was
I'll
gonna go
with
with him, but I'm like, you know what? I feel like this. I'm not that big of a.
How tall is he?
fan. He's
He's a short king.
Short king.
Short
He's
king,
a short
Shout out
king.
Short Kings.
Yeah. But boys, appreciate you guys coming on. This
Thanks
was
for
a
having us,
blast. I'm looking forward to the live shows you guys do, and we'll definitely be staying in touch to see what 2026 looks like. for you.
Definitely. Thank you
Exciting
for
shit.
having us,
Thank you.
man.
Appreciate it.
guys.
If you guys made it to the end of this, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. If you want a hat, hit me up. First person who wants a hat, I'll give one. I'm in a good mood today. Let's see who makes it. But no, give the boys a follow. Check out their pod. Give Danielle a follow. Give myself a follow. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Oh, oh.